you're taking your dog, your cat, your iguana to work, whatever. What are you packing for them to make it a good, comfortable experience?
So definitely, we always say bring a doggy bag or a cat bag, but think about the comforts of home. So what will they need? Where a dog, of course, their food, their treats, any cleaning supplies you may need, the crate, as I mentioned, some toys, maybe a Kong to keep them busy if you're on a phone call. So think about the
Probably
things.
not a squeaker toy. Probably not a squeaker toy, right?
Probably not if you have more of a quiet work environment, but any of the supplies that they would normally need during the day, make sure you have a bag ready to bring with them. And then I also like to tell people, we find and we hear every year that people say, I brought my dog. I had no idea how much he would enjoy it. But we say, just in case, have an exit plan. If your dog
Oh,
becomes fearful or anxious, make sure you have a backup plan, a spouse or your professional pet sitter that you can call just in case. We don't find that happens very often, but you want to be prepared.
no, I really like that. You got to have a plan B, maybe a plan C, because you want it to be fun. Now, I know you took your pig to work. Have you ever taken a dog to work, and how did it go?
I have. I've definitely taken my dog. I have one dog that loves to go, one dog that would prefer to be at home. But they have a great time. And it's really just about making sure you have that pre-planning in place. So when I brought my dog, I did have a baby gate at my office door just so I knew where he was at all times.
And
I
who is he?
all
What's
day,
his
my
name?
coworkers were stepping over the baby gate because they wanted to come and see him, which I understand. But it went well. And so one thing, thinking about my experience, we like to tell companies, some companies choose for the take your dog to work day to just bring the dogs, and that's perfectly fine. But we find some companies go all out. And so they may have a special contest, dog trick contest, best dog
Oh,
costume, dog and owner look-alike contest, which I
oh,
always
wow.
think are fun. But then some have incorporate others in the community because Take Your Dog to Work Day is really a good opportunity for companies to get involved in their community. So invite someone from the local shelter or animal rescue. Invite a pet sitter or a veterinarian to come host a lunch and learn for your employees. So there are a lot of ways to really ramp up the celebration if you'd like to do that.
I like that because what do you think a dog, a cat can do for office morale? I mean, if you were working somewhere, I think you're going to remember that lunch and learn or a look-alike contest, right? Rather than another HR talk.
Exactly.
No
And
offense to
we
all you out there with HR. No, I'm just.
exactly. No offense. But while the goal of the day is to celebrate dogs and promote their adoptions, there really are a lot of benefits to companies too that we like to highlight. And really, it is a way for companies to show their employees, we care about you and your pets, we care about your lives. And in a time where businesses are really trying to recruit and hire, having a pet friendly day like this is a really good pet perk. And so it's really something good to highlight that your company offers, and employees really appreciate it.
And I guess this is going to be a bad pun, but you got to set realistic expectations.
Exactly, you do. And even on Take Your Dog to Work Day, work still has to be done, we understand. And so we also say have a few other just really practical rules in place. So even when you have dogs at work, maybe some areas are off limits. Maybe the restrooms or a conference rooms are off limits to pets. And so companies just need to make sure their employees know the rules so that everybody can come and have a really great time.
Well, I did an article in Dogster magazine profiling y'all and the efforts of this event. And two of the companies I spoke with, people kind of might know them, Tito's Vodka and Chewy's.com. So they are real big supporters with house rules, of course. So what do you think of them?
I love to hear those stories. And what I found though, and what's really excited me about this day, like I said, over the last 25 years, is that we have so many types of companies participate. So we have large companies like Chewy, like Tito's, but we have educational institutions, police stations,
Nice.
politicians. And so I love to see how the different companies participate, how they structure their events. And we're just so excited that so many companies and individuals really want to celebrate dogs and the role they play in their lives. So we just think this event has taken on a life of its own. But I love to hear it every time I hear of another company that's decided to participate.
Well, we got about 30 seconds left. Tell us a little bit about Pet Sitters International because you guys kind of started this whole thing.
Sure. Pet Sitters International is the world's largest educational organization for professional pet sitting and dog walking businesses. You can learn more at petsit.com. You know, a lot of people say, why would a pet sitter organization want you to take your dog to work? But we believe that every pet should be a wanted pet. And we want to promote pet adoption. So we want them to be wanted pets and with a professional pet sitter.
Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life.